Yo, what's going on guys? It is Kev here, back with a new video on Scarlet and Violet, and I'm remaking a video of the past. I'm sure you all saw the title. 1 year later, can you get banned in Scarlet and Violet? I have the answer here today, and I'm gonna go into huge detail on that. Technically, it's only been 8 months since I made that video, but a lot has happened. You know, we had both DLCs come out, tons of updates, and the answer may have changed. If you never saw that original video, I did all kinds of tests to try to find out the best educated answer on could you get banned on these games, and I concluded that you could not. In that first video, I did a lot of testing things, like doing things to try to purposely get banned, and I was not successful. Nothing I did would result in a ban. This video will be less of testing and more of just seeing if any of those things resulted in a ban on these games, or if bans are even real in the first place. Now, one thing I'm trying to do soon is hit 75,000 subs, so if you guys can help me out, sub to the channel, and maybe we'll hit 100k later this year. We got Pokemon Day coming out just next month at the end of February, and they're going to announce probably Black and White remakes. I'm not sure, but you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Also, turn on that notification bell because you do not want to be out of the loop on all the Pokemon news that's coming soon. Anyway, let's get right into the video. First, I'm going to be talking about what has changed from then to now. The first thing I want to talk about is genned Pokemon, because this definitely is what affects the most people overall. For example, you can see right here on this box, I have 30 Pecharunt, and you're probably thinking, how would you have ever done this legitimately? The answer is these were all genned into the game, because if I look at the stats right here and scroll, they are all the exact same no matter what. If you receive a Pokemon like this, literally nothing in the history of ever, I guarantee it, will ever happen to your game, because the game can't even tell if a Pokemon was generated or not. Apps like Pokemon Home can sometimes tell, but usually not, and that's only really if you mess up. All that really matters is from my first video in April to now, nothing has changed about gen Pokemon, and they're perfectly fine, won't do anything to your game. Just don't be putting shiny Miraidons in Pokemon Home. You probably shouldn't even have those in the first place, but if you do, don't put them in the home app, ever. Now guys, I know, I could mention these things all day, like genning Pokemon into the game. Could it get you banned? Could it not? But I know you guys want the real answer of, are bans even real at this point? I'm gonna try to catch this Tepig, and then once I'm out of the battle, I have to show you something and give you an explanation. Boom, got the critical capture, and yeah, there's something in the Poke Portal menu that I gotta show you guys. First, let me go to the home menu and show you guys something. So, if I go over to the system settings, scroll all the way down and go to system, you can see right here, current version 17.0.1. This is a Switch OLED system, meaning it's not possible to mod this type of Switch unless if you had something like a little mod chip. I know nothing about those little mod chips, I've never owned one and probably never will, so this is a legit Switch that could never really do any type of cheating. This is my main Switch Online account, main save file, and if I press the X button and then press L to connect to the internet, the use of online services for this software is currently restricted for this Nintendo account. On this account right here, if I press L, just like you guys saw, and I'm not even going to make a cut right here, boom, you guys can see this is actually a ban for Scarlet and Violet. As far as I know, this is actually the first documented ban in Scarlet and Violet history. I have looked all over the internet and never found any info or screenshots like this on this game. You're probably wondering, how did this even happen? When did it happen? And did it only happen on one account? I'll give you as much important info as I can, and I'm going to start with the fact that I actually got banned on 3 Nintendo accounts. Yeah, 3 accounts of mine got banned on Scarlet and Violet, and this happened within minutes of each other. I did not receive an email or anything like that. I just noticed that something was up, and when I tried connecting to the internet, it did not work. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen a video of mine before. You've probably seen the bots, and all 3 of these accounts were running the bots for you guys. They're all back up and running now, and they have been ever since like an hour after this happened. I can't really elaborate on how, but the bots are back up and running, and you guys have nothing to worry about. If I had to make my best educated guess, it was nothing on the actual games itself, like using a type of cheat or a mod or anything like that that caused a ban. My most recent giveaway video on the channel for the giveaway bots was for the old event Pokemon in 2024, and about a day or 2 after that was uploaded and the video was gaining a lot of traction, boom, the bans. This was definitely not something in terms of like, oh, this account generated one Pokemon into the game or duplicated something. No, it definitely had to do with me specifically. If you're playing on a perfectly legit Switch, you're just playing the game normally, I guarantee you nothing's ever going to happen to your game. Unless if you're doing something like very malicious, but I don't even know what that would be. All I'm really doing though with the giveaway bots is making stuff like old event Pokemon a little more accessible than it is normally in 2024. And I'm helping a lot of people out, I know it's a good thing. The next point I want to make is that these bans were specifically for Scarlet and Violet. It did not affect Pokemon Home or Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, any other game. I'm not trying to jinx it or curse it, but it was specifically a Scarlet and Violet ban for certain Nintendo accounts, meaning the Switch itself wouldn't be banned from Scarlet and Violet. Again, really not trying to jinx it, because I'm trying to provide like the best stuff I can for you guys and just give everyone a good time playing the game. This is not the end. It doesn't affect any people watching this video. It really only affected me, and I'm just gonna keep doing the best I can for you guys. I support Pokemon and Nintendo in every way that I can, can. I'm gonna put a picture up on screen. I own so many copies of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's kind of insane. Yeah, it's a lot of games. It's kind of crazy. I don't know any people that own more copies of Scarlet and Violet than I do. If I had to make a theory, Nintendo can probably ban you from any game you want. I bet some random game like Nintendo Switch Sports, not really a controversial game that people talk about too much. I bet you could get banned on there. It's their services, their systems, and they could really do whatever they want. I'm sure they have the power to do anything like that. When I made that old video, I made the conclusion that it didn't even look like bans existed, because anything I tried to do did not result in any type of ban or punishment at all. There is now objective proof. I've never seen it happen to anyone but me, still, to this day, but yeah, bans are real in Scarlet and Violet. They're not impossible. 8 months later, bans are real, and that's really all I have to mention here in this video. If there's something that you have a question about that I did not mention today, please comment it down below. If you guys have any of those old ancient questions like, oh, can I get banned for getting this in a trade or that in a trade? The answer is still no. Nothing has changed at all besides the fact that now we have proof that bans exist. My opinions from the past video on trades and all that kind of stuff in terms of bans has not changed at all. I still think that's all true to this day. I think before you guys ask a question, please go watch the old video because that was still a pretty informative video. You know, just the fact that bans are real now did not invalidate that video. But yeah, I'll be replying to as many of you as possible and still trying to provide the best experience for the channel and making videos and all that stuff. If you watched to the end, thank you. It really helps a lot. And I just want to say subscribe, and that's about it. See you guys later. Peace out.